There was a man named John Newton. John Newton was a captain of a ship, a slave ship. He would leave England and go to West Africa. There he would either barter or purchase human beings for the slave trade. And they would cram them into his boat, on average 150 at a time. It was awful. But the way they treated those poor human beings was awful. A shame, really. You say, well, they treated them worse than animals. No, the animals were better treated. It was awful. And for 80 days they had to cross the Atlantic Ocean till they got to the Americas, where he sold these humans to slavery, bartered, took more stuff, and went back to England to make more profit. On one of his trips, off the coast of Ireland, a storm came, and it was a violent storm. And for the first time in his life, he thought he was going to die. So he prayed to God, calm the sea. And it did. And he got to England, and there started his slow progression to conversion. It took a while. But eventually he joined the Church of England, became an Anglican priest, fought to end slavery. But he remembered something that really got into his head. The slaves coming over on the ship would sing, probably to ease their tension, to ease their fears, anxieties. And he remembers their melody to the song, but he didn't understand what they were singing about. And he heard this melody. And it kept going into his head. He thought, I'm going to use that and put my conversion story into that melody. And you know what we got? Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. From a slave ship, from poor people. And in 1800, there was a census in the United States. And those that, I don't know if they registered to vote, but those that were registered, there were about 5 million people in 1800. But there were 1 million slaves. Over 1 million slaves in the United States. Hard to believe, isn't it? And there was a law in the South. You couldn't teach them to read or write. That was against the law. But some good Christians found a way around that. Who's going to stop them from learning how to read the Bible? So they did. And they taught each other after they learned. And sometimes they put the Bible stories that they taught each other, they put them to a song to help them remember these stories. And one song was called, Mary, Do Not Weep. Mary, do not weep. Mary, do not weep. Martha, do not mourn. Pharaoh's army has been drowned in the sea. Odd. But then they would change the words to fit the story they were talking. But why would they say those words? Well, you see, there was a secret code, per se. It was for the slaves that were trying to escape the South and go to the North. So those words were put to code so they could learn where to go, how to go, and what to do. Pharaoh's army was the slave owners. The North was heaven. Mary, don't you weep. And that song kept going. It didn't stop. Even after the Civil War and slavery was abolished, it just kept going. Sung in the South, mostly. And in the 20s and 30s, it became kind of a civil rights motivational song for some reason. And it was recorded. And then, some of you might know some of these people that have recorded Mary, Don't You Weep. Aretha Franklin has a version. Prince has a version. Bruce Springsteen has a version. Mary, Don't You Weep. And one artist who liked to investigate different music and different lyrics, he was listening to one of these old gospel groups sing this song but the gospel group's name was the Swan Silvertones. Strange name. But he was listening to Mary, Don't You Weep. And he heard these lyrics that motivated him and inspired him. And from there, he gave us this song. When you're weary, when you're feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I'll dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled waters, I will lay me down. Like a bridge over troubled waters, I will lay me down. From a slave song, maybe 100, 200 years beforehand. We hear the second reading, and Paul is saying to the Thessalonians, they thought the end of the world was coming. They thought it was the second coming, so they were being lazy. And you say, no, you can't be lazy. That's not what we do. We have to keep working. We got to still be the light of Christ. And he's telling them that. He said, we need to be a model. A model. The people should look up to us and say, that's what we want to be. Which got me to asking this question. Am I a model? Oh, I don't look good. I'm not. A lot of times. It's self-centered. I think we all do sometimes. Do you? Are you a model for those? Especially to your children, to your grandchildren? Are you a model? Are you the light of Christ for them? You know, I think there's 3 really important words in the English language. It's, are you okay? Are you okay? You see, people hurt. They hurt emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. And you see it in their eyes. And if we get rid of this self-centeredness and we see our friends or relatives, people on the street, sometimes you see that hurt in their eyes. But you have to look for it. You have to work for it. You can't just sit around and wait for somebody else. So you ask them, are you okay? You'll get all kinds of answers. You'll get, no, yeah, I'm okay. Why'd you ask? No, you look sad today. You look tired today. You look angry today. Are you okay? Because by saying that, you are telling them you care. That brotherly love means something. That I am concerned about you. That's what those words mean. And sometimes they'll say, yeah, I'm not doing well. Don't pry, just listen. And when you listen, you may say, I can help you in some way. And if they say, that's okay, then say, can I pray for you? Will I pray for you? And when we do that, when we start getting out of ourselves and start caring about what other people are feeling and other people are hurting and other people are everywhere, it seems to be getting worse, that people are confused. We're there for them. And we're there for them for a lot of reasons. Because they feel small. They feel insignificant. You raise them up when you talk to them. You raise them up when you care. You do. You wipe away their tears. You just have to try. You may find a new friend. And you'll become, guess what? A bridge over their troubled waters. Yeah, you and I can do that. Simply by saying, are you okay? There's a lot of people through history had it way worse than we have it. Those poor people that came over a long time ago. But they gave us the light of Christ in a way I never thought would happen. Through song, through love, through melody. That's how God works. He works through all of us that way. Be the bridge over those troubled waters.